Merhaba arkadaşlar, ben Emre. Call of Cthulhu'ya kaldığımız yerden devam ediyoruz. En son kütüphaneye gidip oradaki olayları çözüp bir tane kitap bulmuştuk. Şimdi de Chapter 8'e geldik. Riverside Kliniği. İsimsiz kitapçıda Pierce bir hırsızlık girişiminde şahit oldu. Daha sonra bu işin arkasında Charles Hawkins'in olduğunu öğrendi. Pierce Sarah'la onun ne saklamaya çalıştığını öğrenmek üzere kitapçının kasasını açtı. Kasanın içinde bulunan insan derisiyle kaplı bir kitap dedektifin oldukça ilgisini çekti. Kitabı açtığı anda benliği başka birine transfer oldu.
Dr. Colden, this man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of
Kadın
course.
olmuşuz.
I'll see what I can do. Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
Taş kesilmiş.
Did you
Hastayla
inject him with a
ilgili
tranquilizer?
Hastaya
No,
muayene
doctor.
ilaç verildi mi?
Not me, not anyone. Our stock is empty yet again.
Again? But there was enough for the whole island.
Gene mi yok?
More and more people are suffering from insomnia. We can't refuse to help.
Of course.
Any
Hapları
idea
vere
what
vere
this man
kalmamış.
might be undergoing?
What can you tell me about him?
He was highly agitated an hour
yeah.
ago. We were about to tie him down when he fell asleep. 10 minutes ago, he curled up into a fetal position. I thought he was waking up, but no.
What are his symptoms?
His temperature has been going down,
Semptomları
his
söyle.
skin losing its color, his body rigid. I closed his eyes myself. They were glassing over. I didn't want them to dry out, and I couldn't bear to look at the expression on his face.
You did well. Don't worry. Let's stay professional, if you will. I don't
Nereliymiş?
recognize him. Did he just arrive on the island?
He said he worked on the docks, but not with Captain Fitzroy. I think he works for Ms. Baker.
Who?
You know, the woman at the head of their gang. They call her Cat.
Oh, I see.
Do you have other questions?
Sahip
Show me his
dosyasını söyle.
file.
Ver bakalım.
That's not possible.
Don't tell me Dr. Fuller has taken this file as well. We need it.
That's why I called you. This man's ailment has been hidden from us.
Come on now. What was he treated for?
An intoxication, I was told. After inhaling chemicals.
Tamam, bu kadar
That'll do
yeterli.
for the time being.
Any idea what this man might be undergoing?
Hastaya muayene edelim.
Very well. I'll examine him.
Eline bakalım.
His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin, tender at the touch, slightly sticky. Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body.
Kafaya bakalım.
30-year-old subject. Severe hypothermia. Erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums. Necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell.
So, doctor, an opinion?
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
Karnında bir şey var.
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
Whatever it is, This man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth.
Şurada zaten şiddetli bir tartışmadalar.
In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
Look at these sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What can be happening?
I'm sure you'll find an explanation. You have to.
I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe me, but when we bathed him earlier...
He seemed to feel better?
Yes. Like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion. But that doesn't explain his condition.
I almost don't believe it
Mutasyon.
myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
No. This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations. And this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Colden, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
What I'm doing? How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations.
Şunun
I've done to him
suratındaki
what I do to all
meyvetsizliğe
my
bak ya.
patients. Provide him with the best available care.
Your imagination is without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people are not your guinea pigs.
There, there. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
Endişe verici.
These are alarming symptoms. If we don't act, he'll die.
Do you believe that? I'm not as convinced, you see. I even think this man has a strong chance of completely healing from his ailments.
No, Doctor. This patient isn't himself anymore. He's dying.
Really? What do you mean by isn't himself?
He's changing. His physical characteristics, they are more animal than human now.
Fascinating.
Ahtapot
An
gibi.
animal, you say?
Ahtapot.
Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps.
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man, and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
Allah'ım artist.
Was that a threat?
Kafasına böyle
What did he
lah
mean?
diye yapıştırasın
It
var
was a
böyle.
warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder and one of our profession's most influential voices. My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?
Şu
Oh, that
sakla bir
evidence
dosyayı bulalım.
exists. I'm sure of it. I need to find the missing medical files.
And where would you find those? In his office? What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
Of course, Doctor. You can count on me. I'll keep Mum.
Şu ne?
An unknown medicine. Judging by the other ones, it causes heavy side effects.
Herkesle konuşamıyoruz herhalde.
chronic insomnia, like half the island.
Adadaki
No,
kimse
you're pulling my
uyuyamıyor ya.
leg. I'm not joking. I saw the schedule. She's alone in the bathroom again. And she still says nothing to that old witch, Donovan.
Listen to the way you
Everybody says it.
naughty girl.
She's a witch, an old hag.
Kim
I didn't make
konuşuyor?
this up. And I'm the one who
Ha, bunda
pays.
konuşabiliyoruz.
What a pet.
Elizabeth? You all right? Why is this room in such a state?
Because, as always, I'm cleaning it by myself. And the water was once again shut off this morning. I had to bother Mrs. Donovan again, giving her a new excuse to belittle me.
Üzme kendini.
Do you really need Mrs. Donovan to open a valve? Why not ask the janitor?
I can't make these decisions without her approval. Imagine if there were a leak. Anyhow, the boiler room is locked half the time. So every time the water gets shut off, I have to go and endure her reproach until she's settled the problem.
I see. Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
Burada yıkıyorlar hastaları. Bıcı bıcı yapıyorlar. Bakalım burada. Hiçbir şey yok. Şura nereye gidiyor? Soyunma odası gibi görünüyor. Şurada da tam girilmelik değil mi, böyle söküp gireceğim içine. Bu ne? Kitap. Şöyle bakınıyorum etrafta, temas edebileceğim şey olabilecek bir şey. Sen kimsin?
I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do.
Allah'ın artisi.
Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going?
Sana ne lan?
Dr. Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's office. But rest assured, I'll tell him you came by.
That won't be necessary. Thank you.
I will tell him, nonetheless.
Ne uyuz bir kadınsın la. Donovan'ın dikkatini dağıt, suyu kes. He, şey yapacağız. Suyu kesip zavallı
The door to the
Elizabeth'i
boiler room is locked. I have to get the key if I wish to get rid of Donovan.
Donovan.
Let's hope I can go through the administration
Bundan
office.
geçilmiyormuş. Belki o kapıyı unutmuştur diye düşünmüştüm ama yok.
The operating room is never accessible after an operation. This man, Edward Pierce, his file is incomplete. What did Fuller do to him?
Dr. Colden, we need you at once in Dormitory B.
Niye?
Would you know where the key to the boiler room is?
Betty didn't put it back in its place. Well, she took it to lock the door.
I'll ask her. Thank you.
But if I may say so, Doctor, I think that the problems of our patients are more urgent than the
Zaten
plumbing.
onunla ilgili, sen anlamazsın.
What is the problem?
Mr. Evans seems to be having trouble with his IV.
I'll see to it right away.
And the family of Mrs. Harding is asking to see her medical file.
I'll never understand why it's so hard to see patients' files around here.
Rules are rules. See, with Dr. Fuller, he's in charge. Anyhow, they're still waiting, and I don't think they'll leave until they get what they want.
Understood. Anything else?
As a matter of fact, yes. A man has been brought up from the basement.
Oh. What state is he in now?
You should go see for yourself, Doctor.
Seninle de konuşuyoruz herhalde.
Dr.
O
Colden.
kadarmış, tamam. Şu bizim polis değil mi lan? Ha.
Ethan,
Marie,
what are you doing here?
I'm waiting for my medication, of course. Why?
Kötü bir yalancısın.
You're not here for treatment, right?
Am I so obvious?
Only to me. I know you worry about me.
I trust you. I'm happy to see you.
Me too, Ethan. Is that all?
Well, there might be something else. I'm not sure.
Tell me.
I have nightmares. They keep me awake every night. It seems stupid, I know, but they're terrible.
Actually, you're not the only one.
No. No one has ever seen the things I see. It's like I'm turning mad.
Yorgun düşmüşsün.
With everything that happened to you these last days, it's no wonder you're feeling stressed.
Maybe.
Everyone in Darkwater is suffering from nightmares.
Really?
We don't have any medication left.
Oh. There's no excuse then. I should let you work.
Take care, Ethan.
You too, Marie.
I don't get why they have us waiting so long. Almost no patients here.
Where did my fiancée go? I hope those nutcases will stop burdening her.
It's a quiet little town. Days go by, steady as ever. I wanted more for myself, but...
Anlıyorum.
Dr. Colden, here you are at last. This patient was again brought up to the psychiatric wing. We've been following the treatment you prescribed, but the dysgeusia persists and he's lost a great deal of weight. We haven't been able to move him. The stress makes him hyperallergic.
Sir, I am going to examine you. Do you understand? Inject him with a dose of pentobarbital, intramuscular, so that I can conduct the clinical examination.
Bakalım neyi vermiş.
His binds left bloody wounds. He bit his lips so much, they're still bleeding. White froth, evidently because of such drooling.
So, doctor, what should we do with this patient?
Yaralarına pansuman yap.
Those basement brutes tied him up too tight, and now he's hurt.
I keep trying to heal his wounds, but he reopens them.
Do you have a diploma as a nurse?
Excuse me?
So take care of this man.
Bizde yani şeyimiz yok. Atarımız atar.
Another insomniac. I should find the cause for such a widespread trouble.
Her yer hasta ya.
She recently came back from the surgical block. She's stable. Given her file, a nephrectomy would have been inevitable. But Fuller was able to save her kidney. He broke his back in an accident down by the docks.
Evet.
Dr. Colden?
Hello, Betty. I'm looking for the key
sen
to the
miydin?
boiler room.
I used it to close the door. But I must have... yes, a
Ya
patient in Block
korktum,
B
unuttum,
asked me for a glass
bulamadım
of
falan
water.
diyecek diye.
I must have misplaced the key somewhere near the office.
Thank you. I shall go fetch it.
Çekil de şuna bir bakalım ya.
Ah, the whaling station. What's wrong with me?
What are you talking about?
Doctor, that you?
Yes, it's Dr. Colden. Tell me what happened.
It's the old whaling station. See?
Ne oldu?
What did you see there?
Nothing. Nothing at all. The floor was all rotten and I fell straight through.
And that's how you broke your back.
Perhaps. No idea. Passed out.
I'll just sleep a bit more.
Uyu bakalım. Uyu bakalım.
Why did nobody tell me about her admission?
Bu şey değil mi lan? Sanders.
Mrs. Sanders?
Doctor, please. My chest. Oh.
His perfusion of a semi-physiological solution doesn't seem to work. He's undergoing a ventricular fibrillation.
Niye veriyorsun?
Nurse? Deborah, come and help me, please. His potassium level is too high. Replace it with 2% glucose solution with insulin, calcium, and sodium bicarbonate.
I'll tend to it right away.
Thank you. He's in your hands.
Biri ağlıyor mu lan arkada? Orada bir şey gördüm.
Hay fever. What's he doing
Saman
here?
nezlesi bildiğin şey değil mi ya? Grip. Şey, rotasyona geri geldik.
Gentlemen, may I help you?
We're waiting on news regarding our mother, Maureen Harding. She came in with a kidney problem, but we haven't heard anything since.
Ona baktım.
I've tended to her, and I have good news. Her blood analysis is reassuring. Her kidneys are as new.
Are you talking about the same person? This is miraculous.
She's still recovering, but you may speak to her upon her awakening.
Oh, thank you so much, Doctor. We'll wait for her to
Burada
wake up.
bitirelim.
We've been here since this morning,
Beğenmeyi,
so it
yorum
won't make
atmayı
a
ve abone
difference.
olmayı unutmayın. Bir sonraki videoda görüşmek üzere. Bay bay.